Buying a Tesla is generally one of the easier things you can do these days. You head to the Tesla website, you figure out which Tesla you want to get, and then it's kind of the hardest part. You figure out the price, you figure out the range, you figure out the battery size, the trim level, but once you get through that, it's on to the fun stuff. The color of the car, or the wheels you want to choose, you make it look your own, you figure out how you want the interior to look, you pick seats if applicable, and then you get to this weird page that has autopilot information and full self-driving stuff. And autopilot, it's standard, it's built into the car, all the hardware is there, it's free, it's built into the price, it makes sense. But full self-driving is a little bit trickier. Yeah, you get some cool software additions and the ability to do stuff that you just can't do without it, but is it really worth its price tag of $7,000? I'm gonna say that right now, in the early part of 2020, no. Just keep $7,000 in your pocket because it's not worth it. So let me back up a bit. Kind of what got me down this path of full self-driving was this Twitter video that went viral a few days ago that showed a Tesla responding to a stoplight. It can actually stop at a stoplight and then go when the stoplight turns green. And you saw some cool information on the screen, stuff we'd never seen before, and that's really cool. And we kind of knew this was coming with Hardware 3 improvements, and you have new visualizations in the different software updates. Like, we know that the Tesla vehicle can really see the world around it, but this was the first time it was really, in a new way, interacting live with the world around it. It looked super cool, and it got me more excited than ever for the abilities that this car is going to gain in software updates, and this idea that full self-driving is still in the works and still coming. But as cool as it is, this idea of full self-driving isn't here just yet. We have some additions in the full self-driving software, which I'll get into, that are super cool, but this idea that you can get in your car, leave your house, go on city streets, get on the highway, get off the highway, be on more city streets with traffic, then park your car without having to ever engage with the car instead of just sitting back and letting the car do its work, we are not there yet. I don't think we're even really close to being there just yet. But Tesla continues to promise this idea that it's coming very, very soon. And if you just pay $7,000, you'll have access to it because it's gonna be worth way more than that when it finally comes in. You're getting a steal right now. And look, let me just make this super clear that I'm not a Tesla naysayer. I have a Tesla car, I love the company, and I believe that Tesla is going to make this happen. I believe in Elon Musk. I believe even more in the incredibly talented Tesla engineers who are working to make these cars better every day. I think that full self-driving is certainly coming to the Tesla fleet of cars, and it's coming, sooner than we may think. But I think that as it stands right now, what full self-driving offers you in that package, just the value to price ratio just isn't there for most people. You get some cool stuff, but for $7,000, you can almost go out and buy a totally different vehicle, albeit it's not an electric car, not nice, but for $7,000 you can buy a perfectly good gas car and have a whole separate car for what you'd be paying just for some software add-ons. So what do you get for the current iteration of full self-driving? You do get some cool stuff for that $7,000. You get the ability to do smart summons, so the car can move forward and back, but also this really cool come to me feature where the car will actually come and find you where you are. So let's say it's raining, you're outside the grocery store, you don't want to carry your bags to your car, you can have the car come to you, leave the parking spot, navigate around people in theory, navigate around different obstacles in the parking lot like carts and different cars, and come and pick you up at the front of the store. That's super cool, and it's still getting the bugs and the kinks worked out, but if you watch the videos on YouTube, this feature is getting better and better and better, and it's getting there. It does kind of work, and it is super cool to see in action. You also get some auto park features, which is cool, and the car can parallel park itself, and that's super cool, but we've seen that on other cars before. Probably what's coolest about full self-driving right now is auto lane change and navigate on autopilot. So as the name suggests, the car intelligently knows your destination, it knows where you're going, it knows where you are in the world, so it will navigate you 100% on autopilot to where you need to go. So it'll make lane changes for you, it'll make the exits or the merges to different interstates and freeways to make sure you get where you need to go. The only caveat right now is it's limited to just freeways, though Tesla says this is coming as kind of this promise of full self-driving to city streets as well. We've seen the videos online of the Tesla getting off the freeway and continuing this navigate on autopilot around the Bay Area, but as it stands right now, it's not there just yet. We have it only limited to freeways, so it's a cool feature, but it's still a little bit limited. In fact, it's very limited right now. And Tesla keeps promising these features are getting better and better, and again, to their credit, it is getting better. And to kind of cover themselves, they do have a disclaimer on the full self-driving page that says, these are coming in software updates, it's gonna take some time, the kinks are getting worked out, you gotta be patient, it's not there just yet. So it is, going to be coming over time, but I feel like Tesla keeps promoting this as just around the corner, full self-driving, feature complete, it's coming soon, and it's not there just yet. And I've heard of more and more stories from owners and have kind of recounted their tales that years ago they bought a Tesla, they bought this full self-driving package, or the best top-end Autopilot package of its time, and they paid the money for it, and they had the car for years and years, and eventually they got another Tesla, or they sold it, or whatever happens. These years went by and they just never got the value from the money they put down. This idea of full self-driving just never came to fruition, and it was kind of money that they paid extra besides just Autopilot for stuff they never really got to really use. So I'm not gonna deny these features are super cool. As a Model 3 owner myself, I would love Navigate on Autopilot. I love auto lane change. Smart Summon is super cool, and there are definitely people out there who utilize those every day, and trust me, more power to you. If you bought full self-driving, I think it's super cool and you should enjoy it. But why am I recommending you not purchase it? If you're in the market for a Tesla and you're debating should I get it or not, why am I kind of swaying you one way over the other? Well, I have a couple of reasons. First things first, I think Autopilot as it stands right now is incredible. Obviously, it's bringing people to the Tesla ecosystem in droves. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest selling point for people to get a Tesla. And once you use it, it's hard to go back to anything else. It just makes commuting and driving on freeways so much easier. And Autopilot is getting better and better and better, and it is so cool to see the software iterations pushing it to get better. And now it's basically in any Tesla besides the base $35,000 Model 3, which I've covered extensively in these series of videos, but you basically get Autopilot and all the creature comforts of Autopilot in any Tesla you get. It's really good, and it's only getting better. Another reason is that I hope Tesla maybe one day could bring back a different version of the Autopilot tier. So if you don't know, back when you used to have to pay for Autopilot, there was another tier up called Enhanced Autopilot. It wasn't full self-driving, but it wasn't base Autopilot. It was kind of right in the middle, and it got a lot of these cool features that you'd want from full self-driving that you wouldn't get with basic Autopilot. And even today, those who have Enhanced Autopilot got some of these cool features like Navigate on Autopilot and auto lane change that you just can't get now without buying the $7,000 package. That would be super cool to see. Even better yet than that, and I don't think Tesla's gonna do this, but it would be super cool to see these features come a la carte. So I could buy, just Navigate on Autopilot. I could buy just Smart Summon, or even better yet, which I definitely don't think they're gonna do this, is the ability to buy it on a per month basis. Maybe I'm going on a road trip over the summer and I wanna buy Navigate on Autopilot for 3 months. I could bundle it into my premium connectivity. That would be super cool to see done, and just be able to kind of pay for this on a per month or per needed basis. And obviously I understand from a logistical standpoint why Tesla doesn't want to do this, but I wouldn't count it out to see some kind of a la carte thing. Like you could go on your app and okay, I'm gonna spend $4,000 once and I'm gonna buy Smart Summon, or I'm gonna spend $3,500 and I'm gonna get Navigate on Autopilot. Because the software and the hardware is already there, everything's just software based, the physical hardware is already on the car, I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla started offering features of full self-driving in the app that you could pay for independently and kind of buy after the fact. And just kind of as it stands right now, for $7,000, you get some cool features, but that's a lot of money to spend on a couple of other software features. What you're really paying for is the dream of full self-driving. You're paying for the promise that your car can take you from point A to point B on city streets, on highways, on roads, wherever, without you having to do anything besides sitting back and keeping your eyes on the road. And Tesla and Elon Musk say that, once full self-driving really is feature complete, this price is going to go up, and you're getting a bargain right now for $7,000, and you were able to get it for a little bit cheaper, and the price has, gradually gone up to where it is right now in the kind of first couple months of 2020. But I just can't see the justification, the rationalization, just I guess from my standpoint, and this is coming from someone who owns a Standard Range Plus, so I'm looking to save as much as I can, but I just can't see the value add that $7,000 of feature set gives you. These are cool features. Like I said, I'd love to see them a la carte. I would love to try them out. And the times I've got to experience them have been cool, but I just can't justify the $7,000 on these couple of cool features and the promise that one day I'm gonna get this really cool feature set that's gonna be able to drive my car, but who knows when or if that's ever going to happen. I'm confident it's going to happen, but I'm not confident on the Tesla timeline that it's coming sooner than we all think. And I know I apologize, this is a little bit of a rambly, a different kind of video, but I just been kind of thinking about this for a while, and I just haven't been able to justify or rationalize that amount of money for a feature set that just isn't really feature complete, for lack of a better term, just yet. So what do you guys think? Have you bought full self-driving? Do you see the value in it? Do you love navigating on autopilot, and do you just, use it all the time? I'd love to know. Leave that comment down below. Let me know what you guys have to say. And what do you guys think? Is it worth the $7,000? Is it not worth the $7,000? Do you have it? Do you not? Are you holding out until it's really, ready for prime time? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what you guys think. And as always, I appreciate all the comments, the support, everything you guys do is just incredible, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Stay safe, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.